Hey, shalawam. All first, I'd like to say all praise to Yahawah baha sham, the true name of who you didn't call God in Christ. All right, double honors and to our apostles of GMS, and salutations and greetings to the brothers who are in the spirit of Yahawah Shai, prophesying in His name and in His truth in this country and all over the world. Okay, this show is going to be on what was the title you said again? Yeah, we will say like the end days or the times are close. All right, the signs of the times are close. All right, of the Lord's comeback. Um, so between like we always say and like we always push is that the state of the whole world is in turmoil. You have, like the scriptures say, wars and rumors of wars happening all over the country. As far as race wars, that's evident with Donald Trump running for president, starting up saying new derogatory race comments every week. You have sexual gender wars with Hillary Clinton being pretty close to being nominated to be the president of this cesspool America. All right, which I said also a few months ago that they're gonna probably put her up there to be president. Um, you have now having gender wars, meaning that when she gets put in office, you're gonna have a lot of course, men upset about it, and that's gonna really empower the feminist movement. If she's put in office, you have that going on. You have civil wars going on, class wars on all levels. All right, um, wars going all over the world.
And then they can also, I mean, it don't whoever's in office, whether it's him or whether it's her, Trump, or if they even keep Obama in there, it doesn't matter who's in office. America is still gonna be destroyed. It's still gonna go on a downward slope. There's still gonna be war on the brink.
Yeah, that's right. It ain't gonna. It's not gonna soothe the pain of or what they're saying. Like they say, all their lies is about bringing America back. That's totally false. They know America's going down because why? The elites are trying to bring America down and bringing the chip. But overall, the spirit of your Most High is doing this, and that's what this video is about. All these signs are the end times. Okay. Oh, you got these natural disasters happening all over the world right now.
It was another earthquake in Rome. Yeah, like a 5.6. It was either like I think it was yesterday. Um, and that's the second time an earthquake hit Rome. The last time it hit Rome, I think like 2 months ago, it did a lot of damage, man, and it hit it again. So that's just part of the signs, man. Earthquakes and rumors of wars, earthquakes and rumors of wars and all out destruction, man, and chaos. It's only gonna get worse.
Yeah, and these storms, like the scriptures talk about, and earthquakes, they've been historic earthquakes. You know, historic earthquakes happening at these times. So there's many examples of why we know these are the last days, and we'll show you through the scriptures. Okay, you got something?
This is Matthews 24, verse 32. It says, "Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh." Right, just like when it's around the springtime after the winter. Um, that's why the beginning of the year is called the month of Abib, which means I believe Abib means the beginning. You know. Um, I'll look at that just so you know. But after winter, what happens? Or is it to bring forth? Yeah, to bring forth. Right. That's why it's called the month of Abib, the beginning of the year. And what brings forth or what springs forth? Uh, uh, Life. Life. Leaves, branches. That's how you know that summer is what? Summer is nigh. Right. I'll read on. It says, "So likewise ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors." And what's that? Once we see all the signs pursuing of the prophecies of the scriptures, we know that once we see the wars and rumors of wars, once we see all the prophecies coming to pass, like the RFID microchip or the mark of the beast, once we see all out turmoil all over planet Earth, we know that the Lord is soon gonna make his return to deliver Israel.
And we know that the chip is real because it's in the Obama plan. Okay. Now, brothers know the exact page and all that kind of stuff, but you can look it up yourself and do the research. We know that's in play and in reality because the RFID chip, the mark of the beast that's talked about in the Bible, is real. It's in the Obama plan. Okay, so you can't dispute that, man.
It says, "Verily I say," that was pretty much it, but I can still read this. It says, "Verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass till all these things be fulfilled." And what's those things? Those things are the prophecies. Okay, the Lord is not going to make his return to deliver Israel, who you call Jesus Christ, who in Hebrew is Yahawashi. He's not going to make his return until all these prophecies happen. You know, and we're seeing the prophecies happen before our eyes, and it's at the same it's exciting times, but at the same time it's scary times because we know what's going to befall this place and all these people. You know.
Done. I got one. That was it on that. Okay, I got one. This is Romans chapter 13. Uh, yeah, verse 11. It says, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. Yeah, so I'll read that again. Paul says, and that knowing the time, basically that right there, knowing the time, and especially in that point because Paul wrote that because when the Lord came back 2,000 years ago, even back then that was a sign. That was a sign of the Lord's comeback when he got, crucified on the cross. The Lord is also known as a Armageddon figure, or no, excuse me, as an apocalyptic figure, which means like basically the end times. All right. So once he died, all the prophets, even 2,000 years ago, knew that okay, this prophecy is fulfilled. Now we know what's left. He has to come back and save the elect. So they already knew, okay, the kingdom was coming. Because first, the prophecy had to be that the Lord, Yahawashi, had to die for all Israel. So that's why he says, and that knowing the time, because they know that what time it is now. The Lord has passed at this time when Paul wrote this. Now they know what's left. The Lord has to come back. And it says that now it is high time to wake out of sleep. Now, of course, they didn't know it was going to be 2,000 years later, but they know it was the end time still. And now we're in the latter days, which is now. And really, this is a future letter to the spirits of us, really, our ancestors, who we are. We are the prophets reincarnated. So it's really just writing a letter to the prophets in the future, which is now. And
That's why the elders always refer to the end of days starting when the Lord died 2,000 years ago. That's when the end of days really started. You know.
exactly. So it says, Slack.
Yeah. Because what 2,000 years? Because I believe it's in Apocrypha. It tells you how old the Earth is, and I believe it's almost 12,000 years old. Basically, I believe it hasn't been 2 days yet. I believe, that's how the elders always break it down. That's how it's broken down in Apocrypha. So 2,000. So right now we're at the last end, which is the last 2,000 years before the Lord returns. That's why the elders always say the end of days started 2,000 years ago when the Lord died.
That's right. So it says, and that knowing the time, now we know the time, because the Lord got to come back. It says that now it is high time to wake out of sleep. What is that sleep? To know, who we are. Wake out of that sleep to find who our power is, our Lord, His name, our culture, our heritage, our how do you say, our customs, and knowing that the Lord's going to come back and save us, come back into this knowledge of who we are, the Yasha Allah. It says, and that is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed. So once the Lord passed on 2,000 years ago, and fast forward to now, We know that our salvation is nearer than we believe, especially now with all the wars that's going on. We know that right now it's nearer than what we think it's going to be, which is any time now, any time. Um, I'll keep reading. It says, for night is the night is far spent, the day is at hand. And what's the night? Being walking in wickedness, walking in darkness of not knowing who you are, walking in the shadows in the night of the Satan society, which is America. Walking in the night without our customs, our power, our knowledge, our high holy days. All right, we're in darkness right now, all of Israel. So it says the night is far spent. So that's pretty much done with. All right. It says, as in, excuse me. It says the day's at hand. What's the day? The comeback of the Lord, the kingdom of heaven, and us waking up. Oh, so okay. And us waking up back into this truth, because now we're about to wake up now. You know what I mean? Which we are, but wake up into the kingdom of heaven, which the Lord's going to bring back. So it says the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. So the casting off the works of darkness is what you were before this truth, the philosophies of this world, democracy, being an atheist, worshiping the Catholic Church, being a Jehovah's Witness, being a Muslim, being an Americanized. You know what I mean? That's working off the works of darkness. You know, or basically anything not into this knowledge of who you are as far as being an Israelite. All right, and then it says and then put on the armor of light, which is Yahawashi is described as the light bearer, the true Luciferian king. He's the armor of light. He's the armor of light that is showing the way and the passage to salvation. All right, because his light is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Most High, which is going to save us. You know, who's going to save the elect, really. Okay. It says, let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying. Yeah, not in rioting, not in getting in stupid arguments or stupid riffraffs, with brothers, or even going back into your old selves as far as being when you were in the world. Okay. It says, not in chambering, not in wantonness, or getting into other philosophies, not staying disciplined in this truth, basically. All right. And it says, not in the strife and envying. Envying your brothers, always causing contention, and just basically not being, in the right spirit in this truth, man. It's just about being focused, honing in on Yahawashi, honing on your potential in this truth, trying to do the best you can to wake up the elect and to get closer to Yahawashi from when that day comes. So the Lord can have mercy on your spirit, man. Okay, and it says, but put ye on the Lord Yahawashi, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. Okay, so basically just staying in the zone with Yahawashi, and that's it, because if you don't, you're going to be basically in the flesh, following the lust of your flesh, and, carrying on with your fleshly self instead of being in the spiritual state of mind with the Lord. All right.
Yeah, that's why David he prayed to not to take away that spirit from him, So yeah, this video can also touch on that, and we're supposed to watch, we're supposed to be aware of the prophecies and knowing the times that we're in. That also includes asking the Lord to keep that spirit on you, man, and to stay strong, because it tells you that the knowledge and wisdom is going to be the stability of that time. So, it's no better time to stay focused than right now, because we're at the end of the race, like the elders always say. Go ahead.
This is the perfect precept of Romans 13 and 11. This is Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. I'll just read it pretty much all the way through. It says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. Again, stating that what we're talking about through these last times, through the rumors of wars, Israel waking up, that's prophecy. The race wars, that's prophecy. America going down, that's prophecy. America casting or making it how do you say um I can't forget the word now, but um passing laws for homosexuals to get married all over the country. That's prophecy, which means that there's Sodom and Gomorrah. Well, really sending out a decree of all homosexuals being married. Um, Esau in rulership, which is a so-called white man. He's a sign of the end times. You know, um, so it says, "But of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that in the, that day should overtake you as a thief." So that day is not going to overtake the men of the Lord, the elect, because we know that we know what's to come. So when we see race riots, when we see famines happening, when we see the Gurkha troops and martial law happening, when we see war break out, and ultimately missiles, we already know it's not gonna surprise the elect men of the Lord, because we know through the scriptures and the prophecies that what's gonna pass. We're watching for them, like the brother said. All right. So it says, and we're not gonna be asleep. We're gonna be awake. But all you other dummies with the 2/3 and all your other false camps, you're gonna be caught off guard out there, right? And then you're gonna see who the real men of the Lord are by how they're acting off of what's going on around them. You know, um, it says, yeah, but ye brethren are not in darkness. See that the day should overtake as a thief. You're all children of the light and the children of the day. We are not of the night nor of darkness. So the Lord's saying that the elect, people who are going to be fearless, I mean, in these days, they're the children of the light. And who's the light? Yahawashi. They're the children of the day, meaning we're ready for the kingdom to come, which is the daytime, the analogy is. And it says, we're not of night or nor of darkness, which is all wickedness, which is this society, which is anything but this knowledge, is darkness. Then it says, therefore let us not sleep as do others do, but let us watch and be sober. All right. For they that sleep, sleep in the night, and they that be drunken are drunken in the night. But let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, and for an helmet, uh, the hope of salvation. All right. So that's pretty clear. Basically, putting on the spirit of Yahawashi, his light, his word, is the key to you getting saved out of here, man. All right, from all this destruction that's gonna happen. All right.
All right. This maybe might be the last. This is Habakkuk 2:3. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie." And what is the what's that vision? The vision are going into the prophecies. All right. I'll name them again. The main one is the mark of the beast. All right, which is close to being pushed on a mass scale. It's already pushed on a low level. You got Esau. They have technology to sort of get you used to or get you to accept it by all this, the easy pass, and you got the easy pay with your phone. You just swipe your phone. The next step is what that microchip to put in your hand or in your body. You got the microchip. You got the war. You got the war brewing with Russia. Okay, over the situation with Syria. All right, you got North Korea, South Korea. You just got wars, all that war on all levels. All going on all across the world. You even have wars. You even have the race wars brewing over here in America. All right, with the shootings, the cop shootings, and you got Kaepernick kneeling. That conversation. Yeah, the movie. What's that we saw? Birth of a Nation. Okay, about the Nat Turner movie. Okay, Black Lives Matter movement. Okay, which is funded by the elites in particular George Soros, who wants to bring in that new world, or who wants to bring in, that race war, all right, because that's all part of their plan, all right. So you got prophecy happening, all right, on all levels, okay. So that vision is speaking right now, okay. Back then when the prophets wrote it, that vision didn't speak yet, all right. Why? Because it was for an appointed time, like the scripture just said. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it." Right? Because it did take a long time to happen, okay? But we're supposed to wait patiently for it. Just like the microchip, the mark of the beast being pushed on a mass scale, we know it might be tearing, it might seem like it's tearing right now, but we're supposed to wait for it because we know it's gonna come. All right, all that needs to happen is the next terrorist attack, okay, and boom, they're gonna push it. All right, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and it will not tarry. All right, and what's not to tarry? All the prophecies. All right, every day that you wake, how you gotta look at it is every day you wake up, we're getting closer and closer to the America being destroyed and the Lord coming to deliver His elect. All right, you got something? I guess I'll read this, and then we don't have much time left. This is 2nd Ezra 15, verse 4. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." And ultimately, before the Lord comes, that's when it's really gonna hit the fan. All right, when it's death, destruction right now, but it's not on a mass scale. All right, because the scriptures talk about how before the Lord comes, the what's the word? The level of destruction that's going to take place here is not going to be on any other level that it ever was and ever will be. You know,
Which means a lot of death. So best believe a new disease is going to come out. It's going to wipe off a lot of you people out here, man. Basically, death is going to come on all levels, by famine, by disease, by all-out war, an attack taking out a whole goddamn state. So people are going to die very fast in many different ways, all right?
So yeah, so that's pretty much it. You gotta the scriptures say the sword, famine, death, and destruction, and people are gonna know it's gonna come of the Lord. By the way it's gonna happen. So I guess that's the show. We got like a minute left. Yeah, that's pretty much the show. Unless you got something. Yeah, that's pretty much the show. The theme of the show was the time that we're in. The time is nigh. Okay, and I guess that's it. Until the next show, brother, stay strong and stay in the spirit and ask the Lord, ask the Most High, ask Yahawashi, Yahawashi for strength in the last days. All right. So until the next show, shalawam.